Hello everyone, my name is Davin, and today I'm going to talk about what improving really is. Alright, let's take a look at what I think improving is. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at improving, what improving really is by definition of language. Okay, so according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, improving means to enhance in value or quality, and to make better. And the other definition is that to use to good purpose. Here's the thing is that I personally think that improving right now is at an all-time high of usage as people have been using it and throwing it around in their daily lives as it is become one with their daily lives. It's a word that is cannot be separated from people, and they use it in everyday life. What I mean is that there's even a movement that has been going around for a very long time. It's called self-improvement. Uh, it is to say that it's a very heartwarming community of people that encourage every individual to improve by means to enhance the quality of their lives, to make better of their lives, to make it so it is a good purpose, just like by the definition of language. So we have been positively tied with the word improving as it is to value something as it is a good thing. It's to make better. That's necessarily the value of improving, to make better. But I just want to say that I am a man that firmly believe that something cannot be objectively truth. Like um, one thing cannot be defined as true or like objectively true because I think everything according to different people, if the time is given, everything is not objectively, everything is subjective. So if you have enough reason to explain it, everything is subjective. But by means so is that if anything cannot, if everything cannot be objective, it means that there's no such thing as subjective. Because by that means is that when nothing is objective, while everything is subjective, it means that nothing is subjective. You know, because objective by terms that is it is the bar that has been set for a thing that it has become truth because it had been collectively agreed by people that oh this is the bar that it is said about this opinion. So by not having this bar of requirements of something to be objective, there's no such thing as subjective because everything would be objectively true as every opinions in this world will be you could uh, how do you say you could deny them by that means is that I have to even if I hate it I have to agree that something everything has objective truth to it. So even so I think the word improving for me it's absurd. It has no correct definition. I mean it is to enhance in value. It is the definition, the objective definition here. I have to agree is that it is to enhance the quality or better. But I have to disagree on the part of better, on the part of to use to good purpose, because there have been cases in my life where I think improving might not necessarily to make better or to make good purpose. It just happens that when you add something, it is considered improving. You can argue that it is considered improving. So What I mean is that there's no what is the bar that had been set that something is better, something is good purpose. Okay, so I don't very much understand the word improving as an objective thing because I think it's a subject that is very hard for me to define. As improving for me, I think is something that is have no real definition. Uh, I'm going to explain what I'm talking about because let's take a look at people. Okay, let's take a look at people first of all. People can improve. There is a certain opinion that is objectively true that every people can improve in one way or another. That is absolutely true, and that is true because the the word improving means that to enhance the value of quality. So people, every single person in the world can improve in one way or another. But what I think is that there's some people in this world that can't improve really in ways or another. Even if they tried, there are specific kinds of people in this world that they can't even if they want to improve to make the better quality, to enhance the quality, to enhance the value of their life, to make better of it, to make it, to use it to good purpose. There's some people in this world that just can't do that. It's like a pathological sickness for some people. Is that I want to take a look at some form of literatures that have been what I think describe what I said before, that some people just can't they just can't improve in one way or another. And what I'm going to talk about are this. I have two of these in my hand right now. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, this is Osamu Dazai's 1948 No Longer Human. Uh, and the other one is Haruki Murakami's 1987 Norwegian Wood. So I'm going to talk about these two as a form of what improving, or what how should I say, the polar opposite of improving, because I think these two literatures are the exact opposite, like the U-turn of improving, like the south and north polar of improving, as it is very, very opposite of what improving really is. I'm just going to throw my point of what I think, why some people just can't improve uh, by any means. Okay, first of all, I want to take a look at Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human. So, what is this book? What is this book about? So, Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human is it's a book about a man that have been ostracized by his own thoughts and feelings, as he as a being, as a creature, cannot subject himself as a human being. So that's why it's called No Longer Human. He cannot subject himself to be a human being because he don't know what it felt like. He cannot fathom what it is to be a human being, as he is can't enjoy can be he can't enjoy what it's like to be a human being. So every day he had to suffer his own thoughts. He had to suffer by his own thoughts that I cannot blend with these people, no matter how hard I tried, and eventually it led him to his demise. Well, not necessarily to his demise. He did not die in the book, but he did. That's why I think it's logically, well, not necessarily, not literally died, but he died in a sense. And to let's take a look at the first page of the book. I think the first line best describe what the book really is. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so here it is. Um, I'm going to read it. Mine has been life of much shame. I can't even guess myself what it must be to live the life of a human being. That is what I think separates the character. Even the first line of the book, that is what I think this uh, the character, the main protagonist, what separates him from a normal human being. You could see that he cannot fathom himself what it felt like to live as a human being. So the story of the book goes about his life from the start of his early age until the end, and what is it, what it felt like to live himself in such an unbearable state of mind, while himself cannot accept that he is a human being and keeps having these thoughts that he cannot blend with people, and he always think down of himself, which eventually leads to many bad things happens to his life. It is a very poignant book. It's a very hard to read because the content of it is very sensitive. Uh, Before I'm going further, let's take a look at the other book. Okay, so this is Haruki Murakami's 1987 Norwegian word. Norwegian. All right. So what is this book about? So this is a book about a man named Toru. Toru is a man that lives in Tokyo. He's an average man, described to be average man, just like any of us. He is 18 years old by the start of the story. So this is the life of the man going through what it like is most uh, eventful, eventful time of his life. Right. So his most eventful time of his life. So it tells the story, the life of a Toru Watanabe. Yeah, Toru Watanabe, that a normal man that have been surrounded by what the book would describe also sick people. The word sick being thrown around here is actually we don't know if if it's really even a sickness, because these people that been described here, they are never said to be medically sick, but just by reading it, you'd know that these people are not normal people. These people who surround Toru are not normal because of he is surrounded by these people. It eventually that bad lucks happen to him as these people, these sick people, are affecting his life, and he also starts to, be attracted to these sick people, and eventually it led him to many bad things happen to his life, and it's hard. It's hard to know exactly what this book is really about. Just according to the synopsis, Tori. Okay, so Toru is a serious young college student in Tokyo. Is devoted to Naoko, a beautiful and introspective young woman, but their mutual passion is sparked by the tragic death of their best friend years before. So it's basically about the relationship of him and and this girl called Naoko. Um, they have been tied since their childhood because uh, they have this one guy. This guy is Toru's friend, Toru's best friend, and this guy dates Naoko, and they have been what is it? They have been hanging out together for a very long time, but suddenly this best friend named Kazuki, his best friend of Toru, he decides to unlife himself on the day that is really suddenly and uneventful. Nothing, nobody really knows, not even Toru himself, his best friend, not even his family knows why uh, Kazuki decides, his best friend decide to kill himself. Nobody really knows in book. And so this had it's always an invisible effect that affected Naoko as the girl that is I was describing. It's always like an invisible effect that has been affecting Naoko as she delved into her own world, his in her introspective world. That now she is to be described sick. She doesn't know how to love anymore. How to love? How is it to love someone anymore? And strangely, Toru is now attracted to her because nothing really, just like anything in this world, you can be attracted to anything as it doesn't serve any purpose in life. It's absurd. Life is absurd. You can be attracted to anything. There's nothing really necessary. Need a purpose. Nothing needs a purpose. So I've been describing this book. Okay, so let's get into Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human again. So it tells the story of Obayozo. Obayozo is a man who himself have been saying to have been saying to himself that since little he cannot fathom what it's like to live as a human being. He always keep thoughts to himself. He never talks much, even to his family. He cannot really open about anything as he himself don't know why. He thinks that humans are strange creatures. He cannot understand them. He always find things in life to be um, things in life to be for him it's uninteresting. When he first discovered the train, like the transportation, he first discovered train. He thinks it's very cool because he thinks that wow, it's a moving train and people are getting into the train to move somewhere without really any purpose. But then when he knows that the train serves a purpose, he automatically lost interest in it. And it same goes at other things in life, such as a pillow cover. At first, he thinks that, oh my God, it's so cool. It's a cover with pillows, a cover of pillows, and it has pictures. Oh my God, it's very cool. And when he know that it serves a purpose, he suddenly uh, not interested in it anymore. So he don't know why it is so. He just cannot fathom why human beings make everything to be purposeful. And it goes in the life of his and how is he growing up. You know, as he grew older, he got into school. He's a very bright student. In fact, he doesn't need much study. Even he said himself, he said in the book that he didn't really attend school, but he managed to always be the first ranked in class. And when he got to school, he portrays himself as the clown, a quote unquote clown, as he always trying to make people laugh because he doesn't want any person to know what he thinks inside of someone that is not think of himself as a human being. So he doesn't want anybody to know what it is. So he goes around uh, being a clown, a quote unquote clown, as he tried to make people laugh. He started drawing. He started drawing, and then he started uh, making jokes in class until one day a kid suddenly a kid thinks to himself like, you're doing that on purpose. This line, you're doing that on purpose, is lingering in his mind that uh, he is so disturbed by those words. You did that on purpose, that he even think to himself, what if I kill this guy so he doesn't spread the word around? So after that, he's been, trying to convince the guy, oh no, I'm not doing that on purpose. Just softly convince the guy. And ever since then, they've been friends, and they share some thoughts that uh, really, really, intimate of what this man Obayozo really thinks, that he is interested in painting because you know the academic stuff doesn't really interest him, even though he's a very bright student. He never interested in much, and he grew up, and then he went to college. Finally, after finishing high school, he went to college in Tokyo, because he is the son of a aristocratic family. He is told to study at a prestigious school in Tokyo, and to study a subject that I forgot what subject it is, but it has to do something with government. So he got into college. He had to study. Even though he didn't like it, he has to do it. And he never really liked it when he got into the college. He started skipping class. His absence is very poor. He had a very poor attendance, and he met. It gotten worse by the time that he met a man named Horiki. As Horiki here is serves the purpose of uh, Obayozo's kind of, I don't know how to say it. I don't really know how you say it. It's like, Obayozo's guilty pleasure, as he would go with Horiki and drinking around Tokyo, or sleeping with women and stuff. So he goes around with Horiki and doing some stuff that would lead to the downfall of his life. And then it just gotten worse by then, that uh, he can't really improve himself, even after he's been trying until the end of the book. How do I get back from this? How do I be a normal human being? He never really went and say how should I be a normal being. He just like, ever since then, life has been bad on him. It's just a pure downfall and downfall and downfall. Even though he has such feat, like these two guys, characters of this book have such feat that I think such feat means power. That is that they could attract most women that comes in their life. So that women that got entangled in their life, in one way or another, they got attracted to these characters, and that would lead really a bad thing in their life. So first, that Osamu does it, and no longer human. Obayoso even tried attempting suicide for, I think, 4 times. He's been attempting suicide for 5 times, and it is a really really sad book to read. It is very hard to read. And okay, I will get back into this, but first, let's take a look again at Norwegian Wood, of what Norwegian Wood really is. Right. So it tells the story of Toru Watanabe. Um, he's an average guy, and then he got entangled relationship with Naoko. It's been complicated since his best friend died, his best friend is Naoko's boyfriend, and they have been separating since then, and they are unite once again once they got into college as Toru moves to Tokyo and Naoko also moved to Tokyo. It's like a one time happen thing, and suddenly by weird circumstances that Naoko would like to meet Toru again because we don't really know why. Even Naoko doesn't really know why. Even when they meet, it's not necessarily a meeting. They don't talk a lot. They don't talk about stuff. They just go and walk and walk and walk. Like there's no purpose in this. There's no purpose of Naoko doing the walk either. It just happens like that. That is she happens to meet him, and she they started to hang out again. And Toru himself, as being entangled with Naoko, and they've been having relationship as a friend for such a long time, and then they suddenly cut ties and then united again. He got attracted to Naoko, and he's been now he doesn't really know why he's attracted, and this would lead to the downfall of Naoko as she suddenly disappears for some time in after a night. Uh, she doesn't. She suddenly disappears, and this got our protagonist Toru confused about. Did I do something wrong to you? And it's like finally, after a few months, Naoko finally sent a letter to our protagonist that she would be staying at an I don't know how you say it. Oh, sanatorium. Yeah, sanatorium. She quote unquote trying to rehabilitate herself. So to say that she said in her letter that she is sick, but no, uh, there's no indicators in the book that what sickness, like scientifically, what sickness is Naoko is having. But she got close. She got into sanatorium, and they started exchanging letters, and keep was it Toru is still attracted to her by random there's no particular reason, but he attracted to her even though she is delving into her own world. She's not she could she clearly said in the letters that she is not capable of loving anyone anymore, but it doesn't matter for him. He just want to have a good relationship with Naoko, even though it's not lovers. So uh, time flies as Naoko in sanatorium. Toru has been doing his life, living his college life, and things happen that he met a girl that is attracted to him by no means. Is that there's no particular reason either of she attracted to her, attracted to him because she clearly said that Toru is an average guy, and Toru said so that he's an average guy, but she's attracted to him because there's no really particular thing. This is the what I like about the book is that nothing really needs a purpose. Like you can be attracted to something without even a purpose. That is what I liked about this book. Is that you don't have to be you don't really have to be attracted. Uh, and you don't have to have a purpose to be attracted to something because it's like everything in life. You are attracted to blah. You don't know why you're attracted to it. You don't know why you like it. but you just like it. It's just like everything in life. It just sometimes it's like that, and then blah blah happens. Toru started visiting the sanatorium as she is invited by Naoko to see her, and then they start exchanging words finally after such a long time. They start talking and talking, and he met other people who have been sick too, quote unquote sick, because, as I said, there's nothing really wrong with these people, like physically, but mentally they are not diagnosed. They are also not diagnosed with anything, but they know that they're sick. They said that they're imperfect people. They said that themselves, and you know, something happens, and Naoko said that she's feeling better staying there after a few of Toru's visits. She said that she felt better, and she felt that improving. She said she might get out from the sanatorium, maybe live another life. And Toru had been convincing her to do so. Let's get out of here. Or, let's do the outside world, the outside world like you need it. Like even like she said, because she said she gets better. How about we just get out of here? Let's live life together. She said that yeah, but I don't want you to wait for me. That's what Naoko. I don't want you to wait for me. If you have another woman in mind, you can just go with her. You don't have to wait for me. I don't want you to wait for me because I don't even know myself if I am going to get out from this thing. And it is suddenly one night of Toru's visits. Naoko goes out at night and decided to unalive himself. She decided to unalive himself, and this have been uh, it's have been a kick to really hard punch in the gut to Toru that not everyone, not everyone are normal people. That some people just really can't be improving. Just like I said, these two people, um, necessarily they can't be improving because they are sick from the start. They are pathologically can't be improved. You know, as even Naoko said that, oh, I got better. She's not lying. She got better. She started to talk a lot. She started to talk more than she was before. The time when her boyfriend died, she kind of dwelled herself into her own world. That she's now kind of in her own bubbles, and now she can't really love anyone anymore. And she even said that Totori, like they love each other. Naoko said she loves this protagonist, the guy, but she just can't get better. That is proven by her death. Because some people are really sick, including the guy on Oasis. Like this guy, the one I told before. He led to his demise. Led to his misery as bad things happens to his life. He's not a good person either. This man is sick. As I said, even from the side, like he cannot fathom what it's like to live as a human being, as a functioning member of the society. He cannot do that. As he got into trouble many times. He once tried to commit unlife with a girl that he met. So it's like a double suicide, I think, and he failed to do so. Hence, like, then it just go downhill. It just go downhill from the time that he meet the guy Horiki from college. It's just everything went downhill until eventually he decided to, like, I want to get myself very far away from women, from people, because I don't want any more things bad happen to them and me. And by the end of story, he is secluded. He's far away. He lives in a town in a rural area near the beach where nobody really visits him anymore. That serves the story that even when he got there, he's not getting better. He's not getting better as he is. Like I said, he's sick from the start. Uh, but I want to say like, how do I say? These are special cases. These two are special cases. Like people like these exist. You know, some people who can't really improve at all. These people exist for sure. But for most of us who suffers from normality, who suffer from a condition called average, we can always improve. Everybody could improve our lives. That we could get better. By better, I'm stretching right here because I'm about to explain. Right? Because what I mean is that improving doesn't necessarily mean that we are getting better. By better, I mean the objective better. Our value significantly, our value is increasing. So that's what better is. But even when I try to read this book has no benefit, uh, sort of benefit to my life. Honestly, like it doesn't necessarily make my life better, you know, but it is improving me because I get to know knowledge, more knowledge about people. But is it a useful knowledge? Is it benefiting me? So is it really improving? So that's the case. That's my verdict on what improving really is because we don't really know if you are improving because what is the indicators that you are improving because anything can be improving me by reading this is a fiction book that doesn't necessarily give a benefit to my life, you know, because it's a it's not giving me any good information. It's just entertain me. So is it really improving? I don't really think so. But you know, well, it is kind of unfair to talk about this book, uh, this this book to say of what really is someone cannot be improving because this these books they have they're a tragedy book. The genre is tragedy, so the characters here they have tragic flaw that lead them to their bad luck. So just like one of the characters, so the side characters of the of this book is that she fell in love with a guy that even that don't matter what this guy does, she would still love him. And it is that when the guy broke up with her, uh, it led to her demise in the future, in the distant future that she actually unalive herself. But it struck to me that it's just these are people that have a tragic flaw. These are people that have tragic flaw that they could not um, improve in any way. These are the people, types of people, and well, we normal human beings don't pretty much have tragic flaw. I mean, maybe a lot of us has, but you know, don't necessarily have a tragic flaw because as a human being we are dynamic. You know, we are ever changing. When we came across a hardship in life, you know, we would eventually get better. You know, we overcome the struggle and manage, and then we manage to overcome the struggle, and we manage to overcome the issue. You know, we manage to find the solution of the issue. That is what human beings are, and that's how we face problems since the beginning of time. We first encounter a problem, and we found that encounter the problem, we are adapting to the problem, and then we found out the solution of the problem. That's how we we human beings evolve. That's how we human beings improve. That's how we do. So uh, everybody in everybody in their lives, they must have hardship in them. They found hardships in their life. It doesn't matter if it's small or big. Everybody must have found hardships in their life. And it is so that let's talk about something that's actually, you know, improving. Like I said before, that human beings, that's how we overcome things in life, is that we encounter the problem and then we adapt to it and find the solution. But it is not an instantaneous process. Some people got into such a tragic hardships, such a tragic problem that it requires them years and years and years to recover, and it sometimes they fail, it led them to their demise. It become their tragic flaw, and that necessarily can be cured in any way, shape, or form. So uh, let's talk about improving, how we could improve in life. Right now, we might not encounter something this painful, this painful of a fate. So let's try. Even though we could encounter like a fate this bad, let's try not to, and let's try to kind of search get ourselves away from the cause of the problem. So I want people to not have the same fate that strikes people who have been um, what is it? People who have been encountered problem, and they cannot really resolve the problem. So first of all, we well, first we have to recognize. We have to recognize ourselves. We have to know what we are really is. Because the indicators of if we are really changing, nobody really knows except us ourselves. Even when we encounter a problem, some problems are invisible to other people. They can't really see if anything is wrong with you, but they could see that you know they don't really see if you have any problem. They just see that you are what you are. The only one that could know if you have any problem is yourself. Like you could feel like, oh my god, I've been slacking this past few days. I've been not doing very well in school. I've been not doing very well in work. I've been sleepy. I don't know what happened to me. So that's the thing. That's the first step we need to do in order to improve ourselves. We need to recognize the problem and uh, try to know what is really the problem. Is it something that we recognizable? So first we recognize the problem, and then the second one, we try to find the root of the problem. So after we recognize the problem, we need to find out what really caused the problem. Of course, I mean, let's say an example. Let's say a simple example. I've been having a very bad quality uh, of working, of productivity, because I feel sleepy. I don't have any motivation. I like that dopamine. I don't know what happening to me, but I just don't feel like doing anything. Well, that is certainly the problem. First of all, you know the problem, and the second one, you have to trying to find the roots. Why do you have? Is it? It could be anything. This is how complex it is. It could be anything. You have to adjust it yourself. You don't. People don't know what really the problem is in you. They don't even know the problem, so they don't even know the solution. So first of all, you encounter a problem, and then you're trying to find the root of the problem. Let's say could be anything. The root of a problem could be anything. It could be your relationship with other, maybe your family, your partner, your friends. Could be anything really. And then maybe it could be how you uh, how do I say it? How do you live your life? Maybe you did something for too much. Maybe you did something too little. That could be it. I mean, yeah. And then third one might be what could be the lack of, maybe you just don't feel like it anymore. You just don't know. So you found the root of a problem. Like, oh my god, oh, now I found the root of a problem. Now we are trying to solve it. So this is, we are trying to solve it. So we're trying to solve it. Is the We're trying to solve it, and finding the problem is the part of adapting to our problem. It is the stage of adaptation that we know. Uh, so now we are finding the solution of what could I do, and this would take a very very long time. Finding the solution is the hardest part. It is the most complicated part. It is the strategy that many people have lose. You know, some people aren't capable to do so. Some problems are more complex than it is on the surface. Some problems even lies on the bottom of the heart of oneself. Some problems are unrecognizable, even to oneself. So it is hard, but for if we have do if we have done the first step is recognizing the problem and recognizing the root, we we might we might, this is very maybe, you could get away from it. You could overcome the problem, and I believe so, because I was like everybody else. I once overcome a problem by doing so. So once we um know the problem, and then we're trying to find the solution, and we are trying now to do it. It will be hard. It will take the longest, but eventually, if you really did it right, if you are really dedicated to overcome your problems, you would eventually overcome it. I could assure that that is very true. That you could overcome any problems in your life if you really put your mind to it. You know, even though some people have a tragic flaw, those kinds of people, they are very unfortunate. They face the same, they don't face the same fate as the as us normal humans, normal people faces that um that we have if we have a problem, there's a high chance that we still could solve it. So uh, when we eventually solve it, congratulations, you have solved your problems. You have improved in your life. So you have make a better life of yourself. Well, there there's something that I really like about improving is that it is heartwarming. Improvement by means is very heartwarming. It is very satisfying. Is the better word to describe it, because like I said, even for me, if improving does not necessarily mean positively, it has to be making a better quality. I still think it is very satisfying, because you accomplish by improving, you accomplish something, you gain something. That is what I call improving. One piece of media that I really love about improving is that there's this one album, no one album, there's this one song from uh, an artist, a South Korean artist by the name of Paranol. he done a live concert this year. Um, this year, what I mean is 2023. He done a concert and he did one original song that is he never published before, and it runs at the length of 46 minutes. It is 46-minute long, and it is very chaotic. It's very abstract. It's very experimental and stuff. It is dynamic. It keeps changing throughout the course of 46 minutes, and that's what I think the metaphor of life is. That is the metaphor of yeah, that's the metaphor of life. So first of all, you came across a problem. And how the start of the song is that it's the build up, and then there's the chorus, and then there's this part, there's bridge, there's interludes, and there's stuff that encapsulates a song. But that song is very different because that song is 46 minutes long. There can't be really any usual structure that's um, any usual structures, the ones you encountered in most songs that you might listen to, as it is very long. It composed of many instruments being played over and over again. And there's this one part where the uh, I think after the halfway mark, so that's like I don't know 27 minutes, about 27 minutes, or yeah, 27, 28 minutes. Oh no, it's I think yeah, it's around 30 minutes where the song suddenly just changes into this random noises. There's just a burst of noises that is eerie. It's screeching. It's just sound of drums being punched against. It just sounds of screeching. It sounds of guitar keep playing. It sounds like a microphone being. It sounds like a microphone in front of a speaker. It's so daunting. It's haunting. That it hurts you. The sound hurts you, but when you when it ends after I think 10 so minutes, it's just a burst of noise that is so loud. It is haunting. It changes into this really chill resolution, and it serves as the ending of the song. That there's a segment where I think it's about 5 minutes long, where just different people saying, "I want to be the best version of myself," which I think one of the most beautiful way to tell a message to people. I want to be the best version of myself, as it is the structure of it. It's just uh, it's beautiful how it starts. It's a normal song, and you got the chorus, and then uh, it changes, shift into this like downward spiral, and just burst into the crescendo of burst burst into noise, really loud noise, and just it comes into resolution of I want to be the best version of myself. It's like the problem. It's like what I said before. Like you encountered the problem, you recognize the problem, and suddenly this is the climax, the burst of noises. This is the climax. This is how you uh, overcome your challenge. This is how you improve. This is the part of where you improving. It's the burst of noises that um it is this is the burst of noises that symbolize you are overcoming a problem, and then there's the resolution after you overcoming your problem, after you improve, after you accept yourself as it is said. I want to be the best version of myself. It is for me one of the best music piece that I've ever heard in my life, and such a wonderful artist. It's called, I think, Into the Endless Night. The song is called Into the Endless Night. It's 46 minutes long. It's not for everybody, of course, but it's beautiful. I think it serves the metaphor of us, human being, how we overcome things. No, really, it could be anything. Just like uh, how dynamic we are. It's up to our portrayal. It could also mean your life. When you started in denial, and then you end acceptance that you want to be the best version of yourself. You might get into the down the bottom pit of hell of your life, like you see the burst of noises I was talking about, and you eventually overcome it if you put your mind to it. Like it's the burst of noises. The burst of noises might be very very long, might be very very loud. It's like the storm, but just like if you put your mind to it, it would go on eventually. The burst of noise would go on from you. You would come to the resolution of this beautiful, 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 beautiful ending, like the birds chirping in the morning. That's what it felt like to overcome a problem. It's like you just get out of the storm. That's the thing. And, well, it's certainly a beautiful, beautiful musical piece. That's what I like about the piece. There's this one movie called All About Lily Chocho. It was made in 2000. It was released in 2001. Directed by Shunji Wai. It tells the story of a boy um, who encountered an online forum or online chat service where he tells his story of this band, sort of band called Lily Chocho. It's like a fan band, You talk to others about the artist, but yeah, this artist is fictional. It's only serves as a symbol in the movie. Even in the movie, the artist never really show up in any way. But that's just the surface of the movie. The actual story is that this man, this character who we have been um, that we talked about in the that he is the online forum of Lily Chocho community. He's a teenager that lives in sort of I don't know. He lives in such a miserable miserable world. The world is beautiful. Like that's the part I've realized about after watching a movie, that the world is beautiful, but sometimes it could be cruel, and how you overcome it, how the the main character of the movie escape from this cruel yet beautiful world, is that he listens to music. He listens to Lily Chocho, and that's sort of the thing that revolves around it. He got into really really bad situations in his life. Uh, the schools are not bad. It's a very heavy drama. It's very hard to watch one. Forget there's a lot of characters that couldn't really overcome what he is, because they don't know how to cope with this cruel world. Hence, they hence it would lead to their demise. Uh, One of the characters I I came across in the movies, there's a girl. Like she is subjected to the action of bullying. Uh, so she's bullied by classmates, as just like for no reasons, just like any other bullying. Even it's showcased in the book Heaven. I might talk about it. So it is showcased that just like any bullying, it doesn't really have a purpose. Like bullying bullying is when you empowers someone, and you put them in such a small position that they are don't have any power against you. So she's subjected to bullying, and she led a downhill life after that. She had a miserable life, very sad to live and to look at. But one day she came across uh, people who play kites. You know, kites, the ones where you play like in the air, like those kites. And she said to herself that I always wanted to be kites. I always wanted to be kites. I want to fly so far away up in the sky. I don't care about what really the world has for me. The world really has for me. And she joins them, the people who play kites. She's very happy. That's the first time that she smiles after such a long time. So after such a long time of torment and, and evil, she finally get a shade of light to herself and started playing the kites. Like I said before, I always wanted to be a kite. I want to fly carefree in this cruel world, cruel yet beautiful world. And she did so. She flies like a cat. She flies like a kite. She climbed up one of the towers and decided to fly. And that's the last time we ever seen her. That's the thing, that some people are just subjected to a problem they couldn't uh, overcome. And it is really awful to see. But you know, we as human beings, we have to take good care of ourselves. We have to know which part of ourselves that is not right, and we tend to improve it. If we came across that, it's like a natural instinct that if we came across to something that we are not suitable of, we need to get out of there, because it is not for us. It's not for us to up uh, to care about that, because if it's harmful for us, we need to leave it. We cannot stay in a harmful environment, because as a human being, we need to save ourselves. We might be a Zoom politicon. We might be a social being. We have to interact with others in order to live. But if these others is harmful to you, you have to leave the you have to leave the these people, because you know uh, taking good care of yourself is part of improving. Believe in me. All right, so that's improving from really Chocho's standpoint. I think it is very sad. It's very a sad movie. It's very poignant, very hard to watch. It's very heartbreaking. So, like I said before, yeah, we need to get away into the environment where that is harmful for us. It is natural instinct that uh, we as a creature, even amongst animals, that we find somewhere safe, even we have to sacrifice something in us, because this world is beautiful. It is very cruel, right? So that's the thing that we came across in life. Hardships. We overcome it. We improve. And like sort of uh, we have to improve in life in order to live. We have to improve into something better and better. That's how we that's how we keep living. In order to live, we have to adapt and then find solution to everything that we came across in life. That's who we are. And I want people in this world to um, overcome every single of their problems they came across in life. You know, it's it's a gnarly request, but I really want that. Um, every single person in this world could overcome their hardships in life, because nobody deserves a hurtful fate. And yeah, so that's about it. So this life is beautiful. This world is beautiful, and I hope for every beautiful person in this world they could enjoy it to their fullest. I want them to improve, as it means that they would be they could enjoy this beautiful world in this beautiful life. All right. So I think that's all about me. That's all I think about improving. Let me draw some conclusions. So improvement, by my definition, is not really um, by means the textbook definition. The by means enhancing the value. Sorry, sorry. So enhance the value of you. It's enhancing the value of something, increasing the value of something, increasing the quality of something, to make it better, or to put use to it. It's not necessarily that for me, but improving for me is that you gain something, that you overcome something, that you find your life is to be a hardship. That's what I call improving. As you get out there, if you gain something, that's already improving. Even if it's useless, so, even if it's something useless like reading a novel that is fictional, even if it's useless, it is for me still improving if you could find something that could that you think really um, information for you. It might necessarily been good to others, but if for you it's good, then it's on you. Everything's on you. It depends on you. If it's hardship, you cannot find hard if you don't know yourself what is the problem. And if you it's just a message from me and maybe for others, like if you came across a situation where you feel like you don't really know anything wrong, but if others mention that it is wrong, um, maybe you have to leave that. Maybe you have to leave that environment. If you don't feel like you're something wrong, then there's something wrong with you. But people uh, I feel keep telling that you are wrong. Yeah, well, that's not really on you. That's Yeah, that's not really on you. Well, it is important to listen to other people if you did a mistake. Maybe you repent on yourself, like you reflect on yourself. Maybe I did something wrong, but if you like you didn't, and you feel like you are the one that is being pushed, you are the one that is being pressured to change, even though it is not something really harmful. Uh, it's not something necessarily harmful or anything. Maybe you have to leave that environment because, like I said before, it is natural for humans to leave some environment that is harmful for them. We are we are beings here. Our means of life is to survive. That is our life goal. There's no other thing. Maybe you could achieve something in life during that lifetime, but truly our main goal is to live as long as we could, as long as we possible, to uh, walk on this earth, to breathe this air, to enjoy this beautiful world. I think that's about all from me. Davin.